Graham, good to see you. Could we just start off with the health of the squad? I'm talking injuries and the COVID situation as well.
We probably a couple still COVID related issues. Joel Veltman is not too bad. It's more fatigue, but we need to just monitor him. We'll probably make a decision with him later in the week. Apart from that, we've got Danny Welbeck will be available, Pascal will be available, Neil will be available. So we've got a lot of people returning.
That's good news. Just on the request to have that Wolves match postponed, have you been given reasons for that denial? And are you satisfied with those reasons?
Well, I'm sure the club has, because it was the club that put the request in. It is what it is, and we put the request in because we had consecutive days of COVID issues. But we had to play, and you have to get on with it and deal with it.
I know you've been asked this before, but the word integrity has been bandied around in recent weeks. Just given what's happening, is this season a level playing field, do you think?
I have no reason to think otherwise. I think everybody's trying their best in very, very difficult circumstances. And the way it is sometimes like a referee's decision, or something goes your way, something doesn't. But I think everybody's doing their best. I don't think that anybody's acting without integrity, put it that way.
Jordan Henderson has had a few quotes this morning. I don't know whether you've seen them. He says that he's concerned that nobody really takes player welfare seriously. What's your take on that? Has he got a point?
Well, I don't know the context of that, so it'd be unfair of me to comment on it because I don't know the context of his conversation. I think we ask a lot of the players.
I'm guessing not so much the clubs, because I think that the clubs are doing everything they can. Just the situation maybe is not taking into account player welfare as much as it should be.
Well, I mean, the first thing to say is Jordan Henderson's a fantastic top professional, a great role model, and whenever he speaks, it's worth listening to. Is the first thing I would say. And then, we're in a period of time where I think historically, traditionally, there's massive pressure on the players at this time of year. And obviously it's made worse because we're going through COVID. So you can understand those comments. There's a balance between playing football matches and money. And yeah, sometimes I guess we don't get that balance right, and I can understand where Jordan's coming from.
Do you think we've got it right at the moment?
Well, as I said, traditionally we've always played, since I played, we've played 26, we've played 28. I don't think we're not playing any extra games. What we've got at the moment is a pandemic, which means that squads and players are even more under pressure. So already you've got an issue, and now it's compounded with a virus that is spreading through the population quite quickly, and there's issues around isolation and time to be fit. So again, there's more pressure on the players, more strain on the players. So in an ideal world, we probably haven't got the balance right, but we're not in an ideal world at the moment.
Cool. Just looking ahead to the game, but by the time you play, it will have been an 11-day gap. It's been 11 Premier League games without a win, albeit a lot of those were draws. But do you feel with the work that you're doing in this time that you've had between games is helping you think that maybe we can turn those draws into a win?
Nice use of the 11 there. I like that. The 11 days and 11. That is good. I mean, listen, we're aware of that, and as I've said before, this league can challenge you in terms of you can go sometimes without a win for a while, and it's not ideal. We don't like it. We would prefer it if we'd had a few more W's recently, but the points we have is the points we have, and we have to try to improve to get that victory. We haven't been far away in a lot of the games, but at the same time we have to also acknowledge we haven't been good enough, because the results say that. They haven't been so bad. I think we've lost 3 games in the last 11. So that, according to my maths, that's 8 draws. But clearly, wins is what makes everybody a little bit happier, and that's something we're trying to do, and we'll try to do it at the weekend.
Just finally, from me, Graham, I read a piece about you recently where you say your circle of friends aren't too concerned about the Premier League. Is that good for you, especially given the current climate, so that you can, if you are mixing with them and you're talking to them, that you can switch off a bit?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's, again, don't take everything as it is. They're my friends, and they want me to do well, and they're football fans, and but it's not like I've known them since I was 7 years old. So in the context of my life, I'd like to think that they'll be my friends if I'm the Premier League coach or not. But yeah, I mean, obviously I can't get to see them that much with the situation we're in. But when you do see them, you can switch off, and it's important to spend time with family and friends. Generally, balance in life is important.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thanks, Dharmesh. Anita.
Afternoon, Graham.
Hi, Anita.
How are you?
Very well, yourself?
I'm well, thanks. I promise I won't do a double use of the 11 there.
No, that was very good. I had to comment on it. That was very good.
I just wanted to know as well, with that gap, does it almost feel like you've had a reset button and you're able to start again?
Well, it's been a mini break, I suppose. We used the weekend to just to clear away the training ground, make sure everything was fine, and give the guys some time to be at home with their families. I think again that's important. We're in a world where there's a lot of things happen and we can't control it. We have to just adapt to the situation really and make the best of it. And I think that's what we've done. Squad's in a good place in terms of spirit. As you can imagine, we're not celebrating because we're not exactly winning every week, but we're not. It's not doom and gloom either. Professional, determined, focused. Looking forward to the match against Brentford.
Continuing with what you just said there, you personally, how much pressure are you feeling at the moment with the current run of results?
No, I don't feel pressure in terms of that. I mean, it's not pleasant because we're all human. We want to win. There's an internal pressure that you want to try and do better, and you want to try and help the team, and you want to try and get that victory. But like I said, I think you've got to. The trick is also to analyse it correctly, to put it in perspective, to see the situation for what it is, because there's a lot going on behind the results, if you like. And like I said, we've got, I think it's 20 points. So, that's not the end of the world for us at all. That's something to be quite positive about, not jumping over everything, but still not the end of the world either. So again, analyse the situation properly, perspective, try to improve.
I imagine it's a huge boost that Welbeck will be available for this next game against Brentford. Looking at your stats in terms of goals, it's 14 with only Norwich City and Wolves scoring fewer. Has the club at all been looking at potentially dipping into the January transfer market to boost up players in the attacking area or not?
Well, no, I mean, I think it's, we've sort of spoke about this before. It's, I think every football club, and we're the same, you've got a responsibility in the January window to look to see if there's something that you can do to improve the group. It sounds strange, but we've been missing Danny Welbeck, but we've also had quite a disruptive situation at the back as well. From pre-season, we've had, for different reasons, COVID, injury, illness, suspension, no Lewis Dunk, no Adam Webster, no Shane Duffy, no Joel Veltman for periods of time. So that, in terms of being able to build your attacks, to be able to sustain, create good chances from our play, it's that has affected us as well. Danny missing is obviously an important player for us. So it's as much as looking outside as it is looking inside, and looking to see how we can get the guys back, how we can work with what we have. But as I said, I think it's everybody's responsibility to try to look for the right solution if there is one out there.
That game against Brentford sees 12th against 13th. You're both on the same number of points, just goal difference separating you. I know you beat them when you faced them back in September, but what have you made of the job that Thomas Frank has done since then?
Well, Thomas Frank has since then and previously has done a fantastic job. I've known him since my time in Swansea, and I came across him before that. I respect him hugely. He's a fantastic coach. The job he's done at Brentford is so good, because you can see the team, you can see the quality that they have, you see the organisation they have. We won the game, like I said, but it wasn't a fair result in terms of, I can't say we were the better team and deserved to win the game. It was one of those margins games that went our way. So we're expecting a tough game. They've done really well. Like I said, we're on the same point, so it'll be an interesting evening.
Many thanks, Graham, and best of luck.
And to you, happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too.
Johnny.
Graham, you mentioned the fact that it's been a bit chop and change at the back. Obviously, Shane Duffy available again. How's Adam Webster, and how are you going to ease him back into things?
So Adam's been training this week. Providing he comes through the rest of the week okay, I think he'll be available for the game against Brentford. So that's good news for us. He has had a massive time out. It was West Ham, I think, that he got injured. So not too. It's not like he's had a massive long layoff, but he's probably just had a disrupted season, like quite a few of the guys have had, and it's been that way from the start, Johnny. And like I said, you could look at it two ways. On the one hand, we're still defensively quite strong, despite the fact that we've had to adapt in terms of who's played there. We played Leeds, played well. Clean sheet, constructed our attacks on the back well with Lewis and Adam, and then those two pretty much got injured, and then we had Shane and Dan, and then Shane was suspended, and so it's just been that's the way it's been. But we've adapted well, I think. But it'd be nice to have Adam back.
And in terms of Lewis, is there any more detail on where he's at, really? Because obviously it looks like it could be quite a lengthy spell out.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're looking at the end of January, middle to end of January, I think, as it stands. So outside chance, Crystal Palace, Leicester before that break. If not, hopefully after that break.
But how difficult is it? Because will he be able to train in that period of time? Is he just resting? Because I know there are reports that he hasn't had surgery.
No surgery. He's just going through a program of injections, and he's in a knee brace at the moment. I think he'll come out of that either this week or next, and then he can start to do his rehab and train with the team. I mean, he's a quick healer, Lewis, and he literally runs through brick walls to play football. So I'm not once he's there, he'll be there quickly, but we have to be careful with him as well.
And of course, everyone's been bombarded with what's happening around the country at the moment, Graham. How easy or how difficult is it for you to allow the players to focus just on the football at the moment? How difficult is it for them?
Well, in the current climate, Johnny, you can appreciate how tough it is for everybody, with people losing jobs and businesses, etc. You don't want to be the Premier League team that starts to moan too much about the current climate, but at the same time, they are human beings. The start of this season, I remember doing a pre-season game, and I think we had to have 3 team meetings because we lost players with COVID issues in the build-up to the game. It's something that's happened from the start of this season pretty much. It's obviously got worse the last few weeks. Before the Wolves game was I would say a little bit disturbing, because it was just so quickly we were getting your days of consecutive COVID tests, and then you're thinking, well, how's this going to stop, and could we be going onto the football pitch with positive COVID, and we don't know, and all the things that go with that. So it hasn't been easy. I have to say the guys have been really professional and as focused as I can expect them to be as a coach, as a human being. So there's no complaints from me at all with the guys. We'll do our best. We'll try and be competitive in the games. That's what we've done, and we're looking forward to playing football.
And the next game is Brentford. In terms of their progress, some people may be a bit surprised that they've maintained it, but I guess it's no surprise to you. What impresses you most about the momentum that they've built up since being promoted?
Well, I think history would suggest you can. You look at Leeds, you look at Sheffield United. There's a chance when you come up from the Championship that you've got a a belief, you've got an idea, you've got momentum, you recruit well, and that's what Brentford have done. I think they've done it really, really well. Organised, they defend well in a back five, get the front two in the game really, really well. Mix it up, high press well, but at the same time, if you beat the high press, they can defend deep in a block with their five and counter attack with pace and with strength. Like I said, Thomas is really organised. The set plays are inventive. They make sense. They're dangerous. So, as a football team, I can completely understand why they've got 20 points. I'm not surprised because they've got the quality. And like I said, Thomas is a top coach.